I'm honored to be with you today as I reach a huge milestone in my life, being part of the TEDx family. And I say that because TED has a unique identity and power that resonates with people. So I've decided to talk to you today about that, identity. I'll share with you 3 stories: the 100 people, my backpack, and being attractive. I moved from Egypt to the UK back in 2012, when Arriva bus timings were actually worse than they are now. I packed my backpack with my necessities to explore a new world of opportunities. I put my possessions, my relationships with family and friends, and my career in the backpack, and kept my parents' advice in mind: take care who you're friends with. A piece of advice we've all heard before. You can imagine how much of a burden it is to carry all that with me. They were all necessities though. A heavy, lofty backpack that I had to take to each and every lecture, meeting, social nights, where I very gently and nicely stuffed my new university relationships in the very same zipper. We've all come here to learn, explore, and succeed. And soon enough, I found that I moved into a top university in a country where the soup of the day is beer. And so alongside my education and personal development, I've always been a fan of social nights, movies, music, football, watching football at the bench, you name it. And that's like saying I'm a fan of beer, beer and more beer. And that is how influential society is. And society still holds us responsible for every decision we make. Now, keeping that in mind, we live today in a golden age, an age that men and women have dreamed of, worked for, and looked forward to for thousands of years. We're lucky to live in the richest era that have ever existed on the face of Earth, especially in a country with abundant opportunity. So it clicked with me that I am living in a country with abundant opportunity, and that I'm free to go out, explore, and experiment with all the different opportunities I come across. But do you know what happens eventually? According to Earl Nightingale, if we take 100 people who all start even at the age of 25, who are ambitious, eager to succeed, and have that special sparkle in their eye, do you know where they'll end up at the age of 65? Well, 1 will be rich, 4 will be financially independent, 41 will still be working, and 54 will be broke. What has happened to their ambition, success, and vision? Why do most of them fail? Scholars have proved that we perform at 10% of our natural ability, and a lot of us fall into the dilemma of not having enough time to pursue what we truly want to do in life, when we spend most of our time Netflix and chilling. Or we even fall into the trap of waiting to see where life takes us, or forgetting our purpose in life. We merely conform to society. We more or less become average. We share the average smile, the average handshake, or even the average heart rate. I'm sure you all want to be above average, and by definition, you can be above average if you act based on your upbringings and experiences, because we've all been brought up in relatively different environments, under different circumstances, and have different ambitions. And economically, you can be above average if you invest in yourself and provide yourself with the skills needed to do what you truly want to do in life. I don't study economics, but I know that the first lesson in economics is that you primarily get paid for value. True or true? The more value you get into the marketplace, the more you get paid. You don't get paid for your time. And I believe this is what the successful do that sets them apart. They realize that their character is the most important asset. They attract success rather than pursue it, because their identity allows them to do that. Their character, confidence, passion, and uniqueness allows for success to come their way. And those are the people that tend to grow to become great influencers, because the kind of influence they share comes from a character they've invested in, and so they're sharing their true value. So as Alan Watts once said, think of yourself as a cloud. Because you see, clouds never make mistakes. Have you ever seen a cloud that was misshapen? They each have their own identity. If we develop the right amount of self-confidence, not too much so that we don't get cocky, but just the right amount of self-confidence to follow your own intuition and develop your own valuable identity, you will no longer feel the need to conform to society. Well, I assure you that my backpack is now a lot lighter. I have learned to carefully develop what I carry, take other people's luggage on board, and the courage not to conform to society. For as Rollo May said, the opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice, it is conformity. And I'd like to share with you something personal. Something you probably don't need to know. But with the pros and cons of this society, I've never tried alcohol or smoking. And I'm not saying this to sound innocent, but I say it because in each and every one of us, there is power of belief and identity. And that is what we need to invest in. Self-belief and identity. Trusting yourself, defining your identity, and finding that reason to wake up every day is what makes you who you are. So what identity will you carry at the age of 65? Thank you.